Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another painting video. So, tonight or today, depending where you are from, we are going to paint Baron Zemo. So, we are continuing to paint our Marvel Crisis Protocol miniatures. So far, we painted most of them. We have only 3 left when we are done with this one. So yeah, uh, I have already colors prepared. I will let you know what they are while I'm using them. I mostly use contrast colors for these paint jobs because they do job really nicely. You can do it super fast and still get a good result and have really nicely painted miniatures. So yeah, let's start painting. Okay, first thing first, I want to paint his head and this upper part because I think that this maggosh purple is really super light, and I'm gonna need 2 coats to get that like pink look. So we're gonna start with that first, and I just need to shake it very well because this is that I'm not using that much, that regular. So I'm just checking if anybody has tuned in, but so far nobody. Okay, let's start. Okay, so we're just gonna go over and try to avoid these. I don't know what they are on his head. This is one super weird Marvel villain. I don't know much about him. I don't know anything actually about him. So yeah, it is a weird superhero, if you ask me. The name is also weird. It kind of sounds like some Slavic name from Bosnia. It's not name, but how you call a person that you really are fond of. Not sure how to explain it. It's a language thing, but if you are from Bosnia and somebody calls you ZEMO, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so I really like using contrast colors, but their purple and pinkish versions are really not that good. They're actually pretty awful, if you ask me. So I'm just centering on the camera a little bit. So yeah, they are all, they're not vibrant, they almost look like they are washed out colors. So not a big fan, most definitely not a big fan, but we'll have to make it work since I really want to be really quickly done with this paint job. Okay, so we'll go over this one more time once it is dried because I want it to be more pinkish, more covered. Now we are going to go with the shyish purple, which is a dark purple color, and I need to shake this one really well because I only used it once so far. So we're gonna paint his gloves and the rest of the shirt, this bottom part, in that darker color, and this I think will not need 2 layers since this is really dark purple color. Okay, just gonna take a little bit. I don't want to overdo it because otherwise it would just look like a black. It already is looking like it's black and purple. I most definitely have too much color on the brush right now, but we are going to spread it around, so it will be okay. So yeah, this purple color is really dark, and it does not let details to show very much. That's why I'm not so satisfied with it. It's just, it is dark. I could maybe water it down a little bit and get a better result, but I am lazy to do it, so we're just gonna have to make it do. Oh, now see, I just instinctively went for more paint on the brush even though I didn't need it, so I just hope I didn't overdo it. Yeah, it will be cool. It's gonna be alright. So these videos, they are supposed to be not like a tutorial as a tutorial, but to give you an idea of what can you do with the miniature if you really want to. So I think this purple went okay. This rosy megash purple, it's really not what I was hoping that it will be, but I'll give it some more time to set. And in the meantime, I want to go with the black. So wait, I get some messages. No, I thought my phone was vibrating. Okay, so I'm going to go with the black Templar now, and I'm gonna paint his boots and his belt with the black. I think that's all black that is on this model, so that's a pretty easy job to do. Okay, boots. Let's do boots first. Pretty straightforward job. I really like this contrast black color. It is not like full black, it is more like dark grayish to it sort of color, but it just looks wonderful when you paint the miniature with it. It just looks cool. Okay, so I definitely overdid it on this part here, so we're going to try and transfer it over the place a little bit. Yeah, these boots look really cool painted black. Super satisfying. Not sure if you can see it, but it has like a grayish tone to it. I don't know, that black Templar color is one of my favorite contrast colors by far. The effect that you get from it is just awesome. Okay, I have a little bit too much, I know, too much paint on the brush, so I'm trying to be careful around the base because I don't want to go and repair stuff with the white. I tell that in all of these videos, but I'm not really sure which one are you watching. Maybe you are watching just this one and not the others, so I tend to repeat myself from video to video. So forgive me if you are hearing this for a 6th time. but maybe some of you are just watching this video and not others, so I have to say it. This part is really hard to go by, to not to mess up around it. So I'm sorry you probably don't see this, but as you can see, it's really tough to that part. I messed up the base a little bit, but nobody will notice, so I'll probably not try to repair it. Okay, so boots are done. Now onto his belt buckle. We are not going to paint, we're going to leave it, we are not going to paint it black, we are going to leave it. Let me just see what parts of it. Okay, so I'm going to switch back to my YouTube. If somebody drops in, starts the chat conversation and everything, so I can see it, so I can answer. But yeah, this is one cool looking miniature, even though I don't know much about it and who he is and how bad of a dude he really is. But I guess we are going to find out. I think he's the main villain of this new series that is coming, the Winter Soldier and the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So I think Baron Zemo is the main villain of the series. So we are going to find out how bad he is. And until then, and I hope they make him a awesome trailer, and I hope they make him look like this, like I like when they go for the comic book look and not that just regular, like he's a normal person like he was in the, I think, Winter Soldier. Is that where he showed up? Not really sure right now. It was a long time ago. I could rewatch those movies. They're really cool. Okay, so we're done with the belt. So next thing I want to do is what I want to do next. I think this pink right. So I'm once more with the mesh purple over the upper part and see if the results will be better second time around. Okay, I took too much paint on the brush, but I think it will look way better second time. It definitely shows more color, more vibrant, more stronger, so to say, pink than just one pass. Okay, so that's a neat trick I learned today. If you want this color to look good, you need to go twice over the miniature with it and you will be satisfied. You always learn something while you paint miniatures. Okay, I'm just trying to fill up all the spaces I missed because I will definitely need to repair a few things that I did on his fur, because that fur needs to be white, so we're gonna have to repair that. But that is the last step that we are going to do on this miniature. Okay, now I want to go with the, where is it? Shine purple, yeah, okay, now I'm going to go with really dark brown, almost black brown. It's called Siger brown, and I'm gonna paint his pants with this color. So I'm shaking it real well because I use some of the colors that often, especially those darker ones, because they really tend to hide all the details and everything. So I usually skip over those, but right now, yeah, my zoom is not correct really. I'm painting over here because I don't feel like painting here is really like something, I don't know. Okay, I should definitely move my chair a little bit. Okay, so I'm gonna, okay, this angle looks okay. So Tiger Brown, we're just gonna go all over it. And as you can see, it's pretty strong color. It has like a black reddish look to it. It obscures details, most definitely, but I just like how it looks. Maybe I should water it down a little bit, but as I said, I'm too lazy for such things. And I'm sorry if I sneeze, maybe. I'm battling some allergies, and since all this pandemic is running, I'm not allowed to go to the hospital because that's not like emergency. I will survive with some sneezing. I really don't want to get infected with the coronavirus or anything like that, so yeah, I'm sorry if I suddenly sneeze out of nowhere. And just so you know, I'm a really loud sneezer. I don't know how to sneeze politely. Okay, I think this brown most definitely would look much cooler if I did watered it down a little bit. This way I feel like it obscured some details just because it's so dark. But it looks cool. It gives like a little bit of a reddish look, like mahogany or something, like very dark mahogany. That's the vibe I'm getting from it. Okay, cool. So I think that his head is almost all dried up, that upper body part. I want to paint the gold parts. But before we paint the gold parts, we're going to go and paint his jacket, and we're going to use a snake bite leather for the jacket. It's really dark yellow color, somewhere between brown and shake really well. Okay, I'm just checking out all the parts that need to be painted. Okay. So he has this I'm watching for this part on his like elbows, like some elbow protection something, and I'm really not sure what color should I go with that. Maybe I should have used like this leather black brown on the pants. I should maybe went here also with that brown. I'm not really sure. Maybe with the yellow, like with this metal part, I do this because this is probably a metal. I'll decide later how I want to paint those, but for now we're just going to go and paint the jacket with this dark brownish color, yellowish brownish color. Okay, now I went over the part that should not be this yellowish color. Yeah, kind of messed up there a little bit, but as I said, that is going to be the last part for a reason, because I knew that something like that would probably happen and that we are going to need to go and cover that up with the regular white paint and then just come back and repaint it in the right color. So no biggie. Okay, I really dig this yellow color because it is like light brownish, but it still leaves dark recesses, which gives really nice shades to it. Definitely looking good. Okay. Now I'm not even trying to be careful because I know I need to go and repair stuff, so I'm just painting to be done with it. Yeah, I issued myself a little bit of challenge. I'm gonna paint these in under an hour. One miniature, of course, not all miniatures. That would be impossible. So yeah, I want to paint them under an hour, and I still want to maintain some level of quality, just to show everybody that you can do it too, and that these contrast colors are really savior if you want to do a quick paint job but still make it look good. Okay, I let this thing pull too much on this part. We are done with this leathery jacket. I think the color suits him well. It looks a little bit yellowish on the screen, but in reality it looks like more of a brownish tone. So yeah, if we are done with that, what we want to do is, what do we want to do? We want to repair mistake, and I need that shy really dark purple color because I noticed spots that I missed, so I just want to be quick about it now because later I will forget. So I completely missed, as you can see there is a line up here, that one slipped through, and part of his shirt underneath here just needed to be like that. Yep, that's cool. Okay, so that is repaired. Okay, while we wait for the paint to dry before we go and repair stuff, next thing we're going to go with the basilicanum gray, just to do a few metal parts of the miniature, like his hand guards and the sword itself. So this is going to be a pretty fast paint job, if I may noticed, so I'm progressing really nicely with it. So yeah, basilicanum gray for the gray parts, and it is going to be a sword, so I just need to pull the paint all over the place. I don't want to, maybe a little bit more over here and less on the top part, so that the bottom part looks like is more darker visually. Okay, that looks cool. satisfied how it looks. And now just these parts here, these are like metal, at least that's how I read them, as a metal with the fur. Okay, one thing is, I really hate painting these round parts of the miniatures. There's always a chance that you will miss something around. It's just boring. You really need like to do your work and go around and around, and sometimes it can be really boring. But yeah, this is done, and I'm really satisfied with our progress time on this miniature. Okay, now I'm just gonna go with the white and repair a few mistakes that I did, clean out the miniature so I can resume painting other colors, other parts of the miniature. So for that we are going to take a really small brush, just wipe out the excess water from it, dip it in the white color, and just go and repair wherever I see things that are not supposed to be there. Now a little bit of problem is that my white color is a little bit more white than the base coat itself. I completely forgot what I was trying to say. See, I did a little mistake here now. Ah man, I really messed up here. I'll come back later. Yeah, what I was talking about. Yeah, this white is very white, a little bit whiter than my base coat is, so sometimes it really shows where you are going with the brush because of contrast paints and everything, but sometimes it does not, so I just decide to ignore it, because sometimes you really get a nice, like, decent looking highlights that are not here on purpose, that just happened. It was a happy little accident, like one famous painter said. There are no mistakes, just happy accidents. So here you hear stuff falling all over the place. That's because it's a huge, very strong wind, not huge, a strong wind blowing outside. We have snow falling like crazy, and it's what, March 24th, and it's snowing like crazy outside. It is just unbelievable. This time of year we get snow. Okay, so yeah, I need to later. First we need to paint these gold parts, in just a second. My nose is running, so allergies, as I told you. Okay, so we're gonna go with the Agarosh dunes, and we're going to go over all the gold parts. So his gold parts will not, like, we are not using yellow because we don't want them to be like super shiny. We just want them to give off this yellowish look, but maybe look a little bit dirty gold. I don't know how to express it differently. So we'll see once we're done with it. It will be very similar to his jacket, but lighter color. As you can see. So I'm leaving this white spot on purpose because that should be pink. So I will definitely coming back. That little mistake that I did. But overall, I think I'm super satisfied how everything looks so far. It really looks cool. The sculpt is a cool looking miniature. Okay, so I decided I want to try and paint this gold and see if it will be too similar or not. Maybe I should have gone with the purple like his mask. This way it looks too samey. I don't know. I'm gonna leave it like that just because I'm a little bit lazy now to go ahead and repaint white and then try another color, then another color. You can't win them all. Some of these miniatures I did some tests that turned out super great. I was really happy with how it turned out, the final result, but I guess this time I lose. So sometimes you have a good idea and it turns out to be good, and sometimes you have a great idea but it turns out to look not that good, and that is fine. That will happen more often than you think. I'm talking to those unexperienced painters who are watching these videos, like searching for tutorials on how to do things. So yeah, these gold parts really look cool. I'm thinking about maybe second coat on his jacket to maybe darken it down a little bit, but no, I won't do that. I think this is cool. Okay, while we have this color, we are going to paint the rocks and raised parts of the base with it, just because if you watch some other tutorials on these miniatures from the Marvel Crisis set, I'm doing them on this like sandy yellowish terrain. I thought of doing it like the regular gray one, but it just didn't look good because most of the miniatures are black and then the grayish base kind of killed it, at least for me. But this way it stands out a little bit against the base, and that's what counts. Okay, and we need to paint the rim of it. Okay, and we also need to go around these parts, these vertical things here, and I'm trying not to hit on the miniature. And also I overdid it upper part, so okay, it's really hard to find the angle. A little bit. Thank God it's black color of the boots, so it's not showing, but I most definitely did a boo-boo there. So just gonna go like this and from this angle, and I'm gonna call it okay. Okay, so we need this to dry off because we are going to go with the skeleton horde over the base to finish it off. And where is it? Skeleton horde, I will need it. And yeah, I need this Magish purple to repair that mistake on the head that I did. So since we need two coats, I guess I'm just gonna blob it a little bit on here and hope that it doesn't look, yeah, nobody will even notice that was there. Okay, that was mistake repaired nicely. I was really worried that it might not work. Okay, next thing we used all of these colors. We don't need them, we're going to put them aside. Next thing, we are going to go with the apothecary white, and we are just going to go over all the fur with this white, and it will give it a little subtle grayish look. So because this white right now looks like too much, it is just too shiny color, too shiny white. So we're going to tone it down a little bit, and we're going to use a small brush. We don't need a big brush because these are all small details. So just go and gray it up a little bit, since it is actually a little bit grayish in tone. Now you might not see that on camera, I'm sorry, but it is the best one I have, so some colors might be slightly off and weird looking. Even if you start maybe painting and you want to use the same scheme, and then you go like, man, you tricked us, it was not looking like that when you were painting. That is due to the camera and settings and everything, because this camera is not like super quality. It's a Logitech C920. It is good for streaming, stuff like that, but for miniature painting, not so good. But one day, when I become a famous board game painter, I'm gonna acquire a better camera. But until then, you're stuck with me and these weird looking colors. Okay, did I miss any spots? Yeah, some here and here. Okay, just around his neck and we are done. Okay, he is done, if you ask me. We just need to finish the base. Too bad nobody joined tonight. It would be much cooler if somebody did, but it is how it is. People have stuff to do. Not everyone can sit at this time of day and paint miniatures. So we just need to go with the skeleton horde color. I forgot to show you. Skeleton horde. And we are just going to go and paint all the other rest of the base, and then we're just going to go with the black and do the rim, and it is job done. I'm guessing it will be like 45 minutes or so, which I think is a really decent time for a good looking miniature. So you can't say he's not looking good, since the amount of the time spent to paint it and the look itself and everything. So why I'm using different color that almost looks the same as this upper color of a little subtle difference goes a long way, so have that in mind. And also I'm gonna darken this down a little bit with this agar tunes. I'm just gonna go over it, just to differentiate it a little bit to make it Okay, I kind of overdid it on some parts. Maybe I could clean up a little bit, like here. Maybe a little bit around here. Yeah, I don't want to mess it up. I'm gonna leave it like that. Okay. Hey, Kotska is here. Well, my friend, we are almost done. So you are a little bit late to a party, but you come here every night, man. I was just a few minutes, like a few minutes ago, I was talking how it's too bad nobody could join in, and we are almost done with the miniature. But yeah, at least you managed to come by and say hi. So hey. I would ask you what are you up to, but we talked yesterday over the live stream, so I think I pretty much know what are you up to. Okay, so we are now going to paint the rim black, and we're gonna call the miniature complete. Done. However you want to call it, but it is complete. You were gaming? No way. What my friend, what good games have you played? Anything new, or did you try to beat the Atlantis Rising? And did you manage to beat it? I mean, the game is not easy, but if you like play the regular settings with the preset characters and everything, it is actually doable. We managed to pull off a win. Oh, you played some oldies but goldies. Oh man, I haven't played Carcassonne in so many years, I think. And that was the game that hooked us into hobby, few of us. I once brought it from the game store, completely unaware what it was. It just looked cool. We wanted to play something new and not the risk. So I brought it up, learned the rules, had trouble as I have today to explain people how the farm works. People just don't get how the farm works in that game. For some reason, people are super confused when you start talking about farms. So I think that at one point we even decided to play without the farms. We just played the regular Carcassonne, and then we got like a bajillion different expansions, and I know I kind of killed game for myself, at least with all these expansions. I like the game, but with more and more expansions you think you will like it more and more, but it actually overwhelms the game with so much of everything, and the game then lasts so much longer than it should be. Really, like that's the game you want to play in an hour. You don't want to sit 2.5 hours putting tiles and making cities and scoring bajillion points. And that's what that game became with all the expansions, so I just kind of played it out. Didn't really had any much more interest for it. I mean, I still think it's a great game. I would most definitely play it if it comes to the table, but I would never ask for it like, oh, I know, let's play Carcassonne. So you probably won't hear that from me. Okay, I'm just doing the final touches on few parts that look like they didn't catch the paint well, but I think we are done. Wait, where's the camera? I want to center it. you only have the first expansion for Carcassonne. That is, remind me, is that Inns and Cathedrals or Abbey and Major? I think that it's Abbey and Major, but I'm not sure. So while we wait for Kotska to reply, this is Baron ZEMO. I should most definitely do this like elbow thingies in a different color, maybe purple, like his shirt or something. But I don't know. I like how everything turned out. The pants are a little bit darker, but there are still some details showing. Most definitely I will try to water down that color a little bit, because I think there's a great potential for it. It looks really cool. Yeah, you have Inns and Cathedrals. You can most definitely take Abbey and Major and the game will still be good, but don't go over that. That's just my opinion, take it or leave it. But yeah, that is that. We are done. We painted the miniature. We have done that in like 46 minutes, which I think is a great achievement in such a short time, to paint miniature and to have it, at least to me, looking good. So yeah, I'm sorry, Koska, that you didn't have chance to come in sooner, but yeah, thank you all for watching, and thank you all for spending time with me. If you watch this video and you didn't watch others, there are others, from the Marvel Crisis Protocol miniatures to painting tutorials slash tutorials, not like real tutorials. This is just to give you an idea what can you do in a small amount of time and with contrast colors and a little bit of patience. So yeah, thank you, Kotska, thank you. He says the miniature looks great. So yeah, thank you all for watching, thank you for subscribing, thank you for spending time with me, and until next time. Pozdrav.